everyone.
Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining us virtually for Lifeline Theater's Foreward benefit.
This is a trip, isn't it?
A little bit. My name is Alicia Duncan, and I'm Artistic Director at Lifeline Theater.
And I'm Allison Kane, the Managing Director at Lifeline. And I can't tell you how thrilled we are that you're all tuning in with us to this digital platform to help us celebrate the work that we do here at Lifeline, as well as celebrating all of you who make what we do possible. It's been so interesting navigating this virtual world, hasn't it? Well, I guess I should welcome you to my living room.
Oh, yes. Welcome to my abode. So, to start out, we want to thank our co-chairs for the event, Dorothy Milne and Neil Songroff, who are tuning in from their virtual tables, as well as to GiveSmart and Flatabo Advancement for helping us shift our live event to this new virtual platform.
We also want to shout out to our incredible event sponsors, FGMK, CIG Management, HBRA Architects, Chubb Insurance, ZNA Insurance, Hartford Insurance, Devon Bank, and our incredible neighbors, Rogers Park Social and Rogers Park Provisions, for their endless support.
Yes. And finally, we'd like to thank you. Thank you for going on this journey with us and helping us to navigate these really strange and interesting times. And thank you for all you've done to help us accomplish this season.
Absolutely. You know, this time last year, many of you joined us at the Donk House to help us raise almost $110,000 for Lifeline, where for over the past 37 years, we've been making a significant impact on the Rogers Park community, our patrons, and the Chicago theater community.
Audience members of all ages have seen the magic we make on stage, the journeys we take in our camps and in school residencies, and the impression our theater has made in the neighborhood. It's been a remarkable season, but it never could have happened without you.
Absolutely not. So how does all of this work? So you're probably watching this either on YouTube or Facebook, or you're watching it directly on the Foreward site. So yay. We recommend you having at least 2 screens or tabs open tonight so that you can watch us here and be able to navigate through the site to purchase raffle tickets, bid on items, and all of that fun stuff. So if you are joining us on YouTube or Facebook, we encourage you to comment and engage with each other during the evening, maybe make some remarks about the live auction items or something like that.
For those of you who are new to the site, navigation is a breeze. So here on the homepage, there's some basic information, but all the action is on the items page, which you can find at the top of the homepage. So that's where you can find our amazing Once in a Lifeline auction prizes. Okay, then I know. And as well as stock up on raffle tickets.
And I know all of you raffle junkies out there are going for the gold. Also, right next to the items tab is the donate tab. And that's where you can head once we start our direct give moment, which is coming up soon. Right, Alicia?
That's right, Allison. So after we've done chatting with you about why we're here, we're going to jump right into the direct gift moment where we ask you to dig deep. Help us to achieve our fundraising goal. Then our good friend Stacy from Flatabo Advancement is going to drop in remotely from Minnesota to walk us through our auction items and lead our live auction.
Now, please note, the auction is going to close promptly at 8 p.m. when the highest bidders will take the prizes. And our raffle will close at 9 p.m., at which point we will be messaging all of the winners.
So keep your phones close. We'll be reaching out via text and email to announce the winners for the evening.
So friends, as you know, Lifeline is deeply rooted in the Rogers Park neighborhood and the, wait, hold on. Wait, am I being wrong here? Oh, wait, it's Oh, yay! Oh, yay! I'm so glad you guys are here.
Hello, guys.
Oh, good looking, everyone. Oh, it's so good to see all of your faces. Yeah, I was just telling all the viewers about the core of Lifeline, but since y'all are here, you guys want to kind of take over the baton and help us with our direct give moment?
Sure. I'll start. Friends, Lifeline is deeply rooted in our Rogers Park neighborhood and the whole Chicago theater community.
From award-winning world premiere productions for children and adults,
to creating accessible experiences so that theater can be open to all, to building and deepening their relationship with the community,
to providing invaluable arts education for thousands of children and their teachers.
Okay, well, how about we watch a short video to get everyone acquainted with our work and our impact? Sound good?
I think that's a fantastic idea. Roll tape.
And we thought, well, let's choose a book that everybody knows. What about taking a book and making it into a play?
Yeah.
That was the first germ of that idea, and we couldn't sell enough tickets. So then we did another one. We did Pride and Prejudice, and then we all sat and we're like,
And that's really when we started working towards just doing adaptations.
That's when we changed our mission to be all adaptations of novels. Yeah.
Lifeline's imagination on bringing big stories to our little stage is wonderful, and that crosses the kids series, the adult series, elephants on stage, people flying down from the sky, wars, fantasy. It's just amazing what a big story out of a novel can do at Lifeline.
I think we are doing the best theater for children in the city. And I'm not saying that because I am the ed director. I am the ed director because I actually think that. 4 years ago, we started working with Stock Elementary. The first year that we worked there, I remember the principal of the school saying, we've had lots of organizations, arts organizations come in and partner with us, and often it just lasts for 1 year because what we discover is that arts organizations are not able to adapt what they do to the very diverse needs that we have at this school. 4 years later, we now have a very strong relationship with this school. What we have learned from working there has enhanced our programming everywhere. What we're able to do in our Stories Come Alive, what we're able to do in our accessibility programming. It's just exactly the way that you hope it's going to work.
All of Lifeline is invested in new voices. I think that is a part of the new vision of the organization, is to take what we've done so well in telling stories that need to be told or that inspire, and making sure that we're including new voices from across different cultures and races and backgrounds and telling those stories as well.
Lifeline continues to have the opportunity to give a voice to the storytellers of our generation, whether it be through telling old stories with new perspective or whether it be telling new stories.
I think new voices also means, as an organization, holding ourselves accountable to the responsibility that we have to our community, big and small, so here in Rogers Park, but also in the Chicago theater community at large.
What I like about Lifeline so much is that it is a natural extension of what we love at home. So the day Clark came home with us from the adoption agency, we read to him. And we read to him every day after that. And so discovering a theater that values books and children's books and values telling stories and makes theater so accessible for kids was perfect. And I think what's been great for us is that Clark has been able to grow up with the theater.
My oldest daughter is adopted, and we have an open adoption. She's very reluctant to talk about that experience, and one of the things that actually fostered a discussion for us was coming as a family to see Lyle and his mother. And a few days later in the car, my daughter started to talk about it with me, and it was a metaphor for her to be able to talk about her own adoption, which is a very rare experience. So it was really important for us to see Lyle and his mother here.
We frankly, sometimes getting a smile out of him was somewhat hard. You really had to work hard at it. When you got a smile out of it, you knew it was awesome. You knew you did something great. And eventually we figured out things that he loved. He loved music. He loved lights and changing of lights. He loved when people would get up into his face and smile. And again, when you got that smile, it was just incredible. The experience at Lifeline was something that all four of us could do. We could all go to the show and sit in the front row and laugh, and then talk about it on the way home, and have this moment together that we, in this, very amazing space, that was this incredible memory that we all very much cherished as it went on. And so we were very lucky to have that as the family together. Kieran died earlier this year. Through complications that he had related to his disorder. And at his memorial service, we talked about how important it was and how much he loved going to the theater. And we're so lucky that we had those two experiences here at Lifeline to see those two shows. They meant a lot to us, to our family, and they made Kieran smile.
Oh, wow.
That
was
really great.
Very
Incredible. Friends, we know that this is a difficult time for all of us. We're living in very uncertain times, but one thing is certain, and that is that when we come out of this tunnel, Lifeline will be here with open arms to welcome you all back to the theater. We'll be poised and ready to get back into our schools so that Chicago children can have quality arts programming, but we need your help.
Normally, over half of Lifeline's income is through ticket sales, while the other half is donated. It comes from you. Because we're not able to share our final shows of the season with you, we're relying on your boundless generosity more than ever.
In the past, your donations have been responsible for supporting Lifeline so that we can provide education in the classroom, weekday matinees to school children, world-class original work, theater that is accessible to people with disabilities, affordable ticket prices, and so much more.
Tonight, your donation will ensure that we are able to weather this storm so that when the sky is clear, we will be in a position to continue to make many more meaningful connections with thousands of CPS students and bring tens of thousands of people into our neighborhood to experience local art, theater, and music.
Your gift will ensure that we're able to remain accessible to all of our patrons by keeping our ticket prices affordable for everyone, regardless of ability or financial barrier.
Tonight, we are asking you to help Lifeline so that we can continue to bring you big stories up close for many years to come.
That's right, friends. Like I said before, last year we were able to raise almost $110,000. And this year we are hoping to raise the funds needed to continue doing this incredibly important work once we're all able to see each other again. But before we jump into the moment, we have received some advance pledges totaling over $30,000. Yeah, that's right, $30,000. Yeah, and I would like to call out some of our friends in the community who have made these monetary commitments. Ensemble members Peter Greenberg and Jennifer Tyler have generously pledged $10,000, so they're not only incredibly talented.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, you guys. You're wonderful. Board Treasurer Mark Greenberg and his wife Melanie, your pledge of $6,200 is so appreciated. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For us. So appreciative. And Chris and Katie Hainsworth, gosh, you guys, thank you so much for your $5,000 donation. Thank you. Yeah, we've also received a matching pledge of $1,000 from Marsh to match a board member and their employee, Betsy Manzoni's pledge of $1,000. So that's $2,000. Thank you, Marsh, for doing that. Host committee, Mary Bell. Thank you, Mary. Mary, you're always there for us, and your pledge of $2,000 is helping us incredibly right now. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Mary.
Board member and board president, excuse me, I don't know, distant pres, Jay Len and his husband, Greg Dierks, your pledge of $1,500 is so appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
DJ. Wonderful. Oh, and thanks also go to board member Lorelei and Steve Cohn for their pledge of $900.
Thank you
both
for
are always
all
there
you do.
for us. Thank you.
Lorelei and Steve.
Thank you. And we've also received about $3,000 in anonymous pledges, which is just
nice.
Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone for your continued support, your commitment. It means the world to us. So thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Now we'd like to open it up to all of you. Please take this moment to donate at any level to contribute to our giving moment. Please head to the Foreward homepage or the Donate tab to enter your donation now. And for those of you who are tuning in later, don't worry, you can donate through May 3rd, and that's my birthday. So let's do those birthday contributions to Lifeline Theatre.
Okay, donate for Alicia, please. Thanks, Alicia. And thank you to everyone who has just donated and contributed to our direct give moment, to those of you who are about to donate to our direct give moment, for those of you who are donating and telling your friends to donate to our direct give moment, thank you. Thank you so much. We could not do all of our incredible work without your support, so thank you.
And thanks to the ensemble for stopping by and saying hello. And well, isn't technology just amazing?
Absolutely, it is from everywhere. But before you guys leave, I do want to give a special hello and shout out to some of our founding members. James C. in California. Where are you, James? Hi, James.
Hey, nice to see you.
And Kathleen Sills, who's joining us from Boston. Hi, Kathleen. Thank you so much for being here, as well as Suzanne Plunkett. Where's Suzanne? Hi, Suze. Yay. And Sandy Snyder. Sandy, hi. So great to see you. They're both here with us in Chicago. So just on behalf of all of you, thank you so much for joining us, and also for for founding the company. Without you, we would not be here. And so we are just so incredibly honored that you joined us tonight. Thank you. It means the world. And thank you, Ensemble. I miss you so much. Cannot wait to see all of you again, as I know our patrons and fans feel the same way. So thanks for being here, all of you, and have a good night. Thank you.
See you all.
Thank you.
Great to see you all.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, that was wonderful. Oh. Wow. Okay. Well, speaking of technology, it's been strange not being able to come together and to make memories at the theater. So, as many of you know, we recently asked our patrons and friends to share some special memories that they have of Lifeline.
Let's take a look.
My first memory of Lifeline Theatre dates back to 1991. I was invited by a college friend of mine to see a production of Jane Eyre. The space itself was entrancing. This dark, intimate little room in which they somehow managed to expand the story to such a degree that you were completely enveloped.
One of my first Lifeline memories, which is also I think one of my earliest theater memories in general, was The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I remember that there was a puppet that was as big as the entire space. And then I think about it and I was like, surely it could not have been as big as the entire space. But then I was thinking about it and I was like, you know what? It's Lifeline. It probably was as big as the entire space.
My very first memory of Lifeline was actually my interview. They gave me my very first gig out of college. I walked into this very eccentric space and I met with Erica and I met with Allison and I met with Dorothy. And I remember feeling like getting such a immense feeling of warmth from everyone.
My favorite memory was being able to work with Jalen. We have known each other since college. I think my favorite show, though, was Miss Bunkle's book, which was one of the first shows that I did see when Jalen was there.
What's the fourth question, Gabby? What Lifeline show or character do you relate with and why? I relate with Bunny from Bunny's Book Club because I love to read, and if I could, I would read every second of every day.
So if I was to pick one character from a Lifeline show that I think that I connect with on a personal level, I would pick Isadore Bailey from Middle Passage, which I understand seems like I'm cheating because I play her, but I mean it. She is driven and she's goal-oriented and she is well-educated and intelligent and smart. She moves to a completely different state, far away from her family and anything she's ever known, just to pursue a life that she wants. And I think as a young millennial woman who is just starting my adult life myself, I connect to that.
My first memory of Lifeline was back all the way in 2015 when I was a summer intern. That was my first big sort of break into Chicago theater. Lifeline has been an amazing place for me, and it's where I can truly say that I have cut my teeth in this industry and in this city.
My favorite Lifeline show, which was also my first show, was A Wrinkle in Time. I was so impressed. Lifeline had managed to hit all of the highs and yet also share all the nuances of a very complex and complicated tale. I immediately became a subscriber.
My first memory of Lifeline was back in 2004-2005 season when they had Sophie's Masterpiece. It was my favorite book at the time, and Liz Maxwell took us to go and see that show, and it was one of my fondest memories of the time. I had so much fun getting the actors to sign my copy of the book, and I still have the book up in my room signed by the actors from that show. It inspired a love of Lifeline, and I've been going to shows ever since.
My favorite show of Lifeline would have to be Neverwhere. It would have to be the 2010 production, only because that was my first Lifeline theater show, so I have some nostalgia attached to that. And it was also the first date of my now husband. Without Lifeline in my life, I might not be where I am today as the artistic director of a science fiction and fantasy theater company without seeing that show. And I might not have the husband I have right now.
Bob and Judy from Rogers Park, reporting in.
We're just here to profess our love to Lifeline one more time. We've been fans since my daughter bought us a subscription years and years ago.
12 years.
And have been going ever since. We just love you guys to pieces. And we always talk about the shows. We talk about your shows to ourselves. We talk to our friends. We'd love to come back a second time around.
Late into the night, rehashing the show and tearing apart the performances and enjoying the wonderful work you do in such an incredibly silly space. From Island of Dr. Moreau to Picture of Dorian Gray, Hunger, and the wonderful work Mr. Donahue does, and the lovely ladies of Lifeline tearing it up with Ms. Bunkle's book and Ms. Holmes. Always a wonderful experience, just terrific.
So we thank you. Let's keep it going.
Good luck to us all.
Well, that was delightful. So many unforgettable moments at the theater. It's so heartwarming to see Lifeline's impact on so many people over the years.
Absolutely. And thank you to everyone who submitted their memories of Lifeline. You are the reason that we keep going.
Well, Allison, I think it's time for some more fun.
I agree.
Tonight, we are pleased to have joining us our auctioneer, Stacy McKiernan from Flatabo Advancement.
Stacy is a second-generation auctioneer who grew up in Iowa watching her father auction livestock. So instead of auctioning off cattle like her father, Stacy has traded in her cowboy boots for some high heels. Stacy, along with the entire Flatabo Advancement team, considers it a privilege to have helped nearly 300 nonprofit and educational organizations raise more than $36 million in 2019. goodness. Stacy has served as our auctioneer for the past 2 years with her sparkly microphone at Lifeline's annual benefit, and we are so pleased to have her join us tonight for our first ever virtual gala. Stacy, you there?
Hi, Allison. Hi, Alicia.
Hi. Thanks for being with us. It's so good to see you, Stacy.
Good to see you too.
So how are things up in Minnesota?
Things are going quite well. My sparkly microphone isn't getting much use these days. So I'm just trying to bring my sparkling personality to these virtual events now. But it's so nice to be joining you again this year, even if it is virtual.
Yeah.
That's so great, Stacy. Tell us a little bit about this year's auction items.
I'd love to, Alicia. And what's so exciting is that I've got some of Lifeline's closest friends to help me introduce these incredible once-in-a-lifeline experiences. So let's jump right in. First up is the Lifeline Insider Package. Sherlock, do you want to take this one?
Hello, I am Sherlock Holmes. My companion, Dr. Dorothy Watson, my landlady, Mrs. Hudson, and even my brother Mycroft have insisted that I take a break from my current caseload, even though it is very important, in order to let you know about the Lifeline Insider Experience Package. So, let us see what we shall see. Fascinating. Do you know, I think Watson would quite enjoy this particular package, being a fan of literature, as it were. But that is beyond our scope. With no further ado, the Lifeline Insider Experience Package allows the lucky winner to create a customized experience for you and your Watson. Choose 3 options from the following assortment of events to get an up-close look at the production process and hang out with key artists and members of the ensemble. Attend a private dinner with Lifeline Artistic Director Alicia Duncan and members of the ensemble. Attend a private draft reading of an upcoming project of your choice. Attend a rehearsal of your choice to see the work in progress, perhaps of, say, Miss Holmes Returns. Attend opening night with party to follow. Again, I can think of no better opening night option than the Miss Holmes Returns, eh? Yeah, sorry. Attend any performance of your choice with drinks post-performance with Artistic Director Alicia Duncan and key artists. Work with Rogers Park's social bartenders to create a signature cocktail to be featured the night you attend a performance named after you or me. Personal requests will also be considered. How very generous. Now, by the very nature of your interest in this particular package, I can deduce that you are an individual of exceptional taste, superior intelligence, and tremendous generosity. To that end, I wish you happy bidding. Mrs. Hudson!
Thanks, Ms. Holmes. Folks, this is a unique, one-of-a-kind offering of this Lifeline Insider Package. And this item has typically sold for nearly $2,000 at our previous live auctions. It's backed by popular demand and an item that you do not want to miss out on. And next up is the private chef experience. And I see we have a cook of sorts to help us introduce this item. Mr. Squid?
When Jones's ale was due, my boys, when Jones's ale was new. Oh, yo there. I'm Josiah Squibb, cook of the Republic. So if there's one thing that I know, it's not how to cook a decent meal. But luckily, there are people who do, like Chef Matt O'Neill. So if you bid on this particular auction item, the private chef experience, you and up to 5 friends, like anybody has 5 friends, you and up to 5 friends will have a private dinner party with a custom menu designed by Chef Matt O'Neill. And if you're a fan of the grog, like myself, each meal will have a wine pairing courtesy of Lorelei and Stephen Cohn. But Josiah, you say, says you, My house is tiny. I couldn't fit 5 fingers in there, much less 5 friends. I have to go outside to change my mind. Well, if that happens to be the case, we have an alternate venue upon request, courtesy of Ceci Nyman. And on my honor, I promise I will be nowhere near that particular kitchen. So, to conclude, here's a little ditty my mother taught me called "It Took the Molasses to Save Our Asses."
Wow, Mr. Squibb, you've really hit the sauce tonight. I think you've been quarantined a little too long. Folks, this is certainly an incredible item and popular to boot. And this package takes all the work out of this fabulous private in-home diving experience. So feel free to bid foolishly on it. And this private chef experience has been another very popular past live auction item, and it is typically sold for thousands of dollars. So next up is a hugely popular item from last year. Those dark liquor drinkers will remember. Lord Peter, could you help me out with this one?
I say, Bunter, bring me my razor and shaving cream, would you? I've a bit of a 5 o'clock shadow. Oh, hello, I didn't see you there. I'm Lord Peter Wimsey, and I'll be here to speak about the fine whiskey tasting package at Lifeline Theatre's Foreward benefit. I have the details right here. Now, you and a guest will enjoy a tasting of fine and rare whiskies, courtesy of Joseph Park. There will be past appetizers when you arrive, followed by a chef's quality 3-course meal prepared by board member Ceci Nyman. Dietary restrictions, of course, will be accommodated. However, it would be good if neither you nor your guest were allergic to whiskey, don't you know? The event will take place in an idyllic city setting, either outside in the garden or inside by a roaring fire. And, hopefully, a fireplace. A car service will take you to and from the event, courtesy of J. Len. Now, what will the car be? Well, we don't know. Perhaps we could dig out the old Daimler from the garage. Or, on the other hand, perhaps it will be a Kia Sorento. You know, something within that range. And that's it. It's a marvelous package. I hope you'll consider placing a bid. Well, I really have to get back to polishing my monocle, but I'm sure I speak for my lovely wife, Harriet Vane, when I say thank you sincerely for involving yourself in this very worthy cause. We hope that you're all well and safe at this time. So cheerio and happy bidding.
Well, friends, I can feel you all clamoring to outbid each other on this fine whiskey tasting package. So make sure to bid high and bid often on this one. Finally, our last live auction item.
This is Dorothy Milne, ensemble member at Lifeline Theatre, with details about a delightful auction package available through our virtual benefit. It is called About Last Night and Tomorrow Morning. Actually, you can use it over several different nights. It's got 4 components, and you can do them all separately or group some of them together. Teatro Zinzani. 2 tickets and backstage access to this international extravaganza of circus, cabaret, and a multi-course feast. Stay Pineapple at Elise Chicago, 1-night hotel stay. Cherry Circle Room, $100 gift certificate, and, with advanced planning, special dessert made by pastry chef Claire Smith. And then in Rogers Park, Champagne Brunch for 8, hosted by former Chicago Alderman Joe Moore and his wife Barbara on their lakefront veranda. Enjoy freshly baked cinnamon rolls, asparagus and Gruyere quiche, grilled salmon with coconut mango rice, and a fruit and yogurt bar. It's a package of delights.
Wow, thank you so much, Stacy. That was so fun, and it's always such a pleasure to be with you. And you've got some pretty cool friends.
I sure do, Allison. And I'm glad they could all join with us tonight. Again, another reminder that bidding on these live auction packages will remain open until 8:00 p.m. tonight. And folks, please know that each time you are placing a bid for an item or for every donation that you give tonight, that you are making a difference for Lifeline Theatre. So keep those bids coming and donations coming in, and know that every gift matters.
Thank you so much, Stacy. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Bye all. Happy bidding.
Hi, Stacy. Thank you. Good to see you.
You too.
Well, friends, those are our auction items. So let's get the bidding going.
We'd like to thank you all once again for joining us for our first virtual benefit. Like with many of you, the effect that COVID-19 has had on us is huge. And it is generous supporters like you who keep us making the art that you crave.
Thank you so much for contributing to Lifeline Theatre so that we can continue to make an impact and to bring you big stories up close. Thank you. We are overwhelmed by your generosity. We'll see you on the other side.
We would also like to give a shout out to our wonderful host committee and board to thank them for their many contributions. If you would like to know more about Lifeline or get more involved with the Lifeline family, please feel free to reach out to Allison by email at allison@lifelinetheater.com. We'd love to speak with you.
Absolutely. Well, Alicia, believe it or not, our formal presentation is just about over. But as a reminder, the auction will still be live until 8:00 p.m. Central Standard Time, at which point we'll be messaging out our winners of the items. The raffle will remain open until 9:00 Central Standard Time, at which point we'll also message out the prize recipients. For those who are tuning in after this premiere, please note that the Foreward site will remain live until May the 3rd. So please feel free to donate to help us exceed our goal. We are so excited to see you soon.
Hey, Allison, but before we go, our board, ensemble, host committee, and staff would like to say
Thank you.
Have a fantastic rest of your evening, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye for now. See you later.
Bye.